So many of y'all know Big Tigger from the Big Tigger Morning Show, from BET, from all these things. We know Big Tigger, right? He got a co-host named Miss Pat, and man, she went in on this brother, bro. She violated Big Tigger from left field to right field. She went on the Breakfast Club, which was the reason she even got replaced from the Big Tigger Morning Show. But she goes on the Breakfast Club and she airs out a lot of dirty laundries about Big Tigger. She calls him out and she blames Big Tigger for getting her fired. And get this, she said she got fired for even being on the Breakfast Club show multiple times. I guess she was on Rumor Reports with Angela Yee and a lot of other people as well, speaking on things. And her clarification for even going to the Breakfast Club and doing her own thing is that when you look at the Big Tigger show, it says Big Tigger. It doesn't say Miss Pat. So therefore, it gives her a reason to go try to do her own thing to build up her network. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is why I can't stand people who make these things up to or talk about this side of the stuff to make an excuse why you should blame your former employer, co-host, or whatever. Miss Pat, you got to take accountability, mama. It's one thing to build up your name so you don't get left in the wind. But if I have my own company, my own thing going on, it's a detriment to what we got going if you're going to rival platforms, etc. Like if you're going to try to do your own thing, go to a different atmosphere. Why would you go on another radio platform to give them content over and over again when we have one right here? Then y'all going to tell me, well, she has to build her name up. Well, we're going to help her out. We're going to let you go so you can go build your name up. The whole point of building your name is building it right here. So if you think this is not good enough to build your name, then leave and go somewhere else. And there's the problem. We help you go do what you clearly want to do. So now it's us the problem. You're getting mad because we're not allowing you to use our situation to help your situation by also helping our rivals. What company and what world allows this? Then you're threatening to fight the brother on a national syndicated platform. You're threatening to fight Big Tigger. You're bringing up things that he lost. You sound like a scorned former employee. You're talking about he lost his gig at Big Tigger in the basement because of his personality and all that. You're a liar, man. Viacom bought BET and did drastic changes throughout everybody, from Free and AJ to even Roxy and Terrence. We can keep going. So many shows they had. We're not Teen Summit. We can keep going, bro. BET even had a news channel. Y'all remember that? They had an actual news channel, I remember, in the late 90s and early 2000s. That's not here no more. Viacom got rid of all that. You know, you ran to the Breakfast Club, which is owned by iHeartRadio, that doesn't look like us. So you people denigrate other black folks to suck up to platforms that cater to Mayo Nation, but you're not going to get into that. So now it's Big Tigger coercing a plan to get rid of you. Ma'am, who are you? We don't know nothing about you as far as you being missing from the Big Tigger show. I didn't even know you were missing from it. And I always, like probably every 2 days, I'll chime in on the Big Tigger show, whether versus through Sirius Radio or just, you know what I'm saying, when you're in the Georgia area, Florida area, these things pop up on, and it's syndicated. So I'm not going to lie to you. I click and I listen, sometimes for 30 minutes, sometimes for 2 hours, but I listen. I didn't even realize you were gone, man. You're like the third co-host to depart from the Tigger, and I think it's 3 females at that. People gonna tell you like this, bro, maybe the problem is Tigger because this is the third co-host that left. She didn't leave, she got fired. Some of the other ones didn't leave too, they got replaced, sir. Ma'am, sir, whoever these people are who love saying every time somebody leave, it must be the other person. But that's not a fair attachment to keep doing. That's like Matt Hoffer with his platform. Everybody will keep leaving because when things ain't going right for them as far as what they want and their egotistic, self-centered views, they're always going to blame that main person who everybody blames because that's the sketch to do, bruh. Or if something don't go good for you, it's the record company. How many of these rappers, these record companies, they gave me a 360 deal. They robbed me. No, you put yourself in a situation where you know other people keep getting into. So at what point where you have to take accountability? And this situation ain't even that, bro. You can't say Big Tigger keep losing co-hosts. You got to say he keeps hiring people who ain't worth it. One thing that melanated people do to each other, they'll blame you for something that they did and call everything out on you instead of them being responsible for their own actions, or like I keep saying, accountable for their own actions. Let me tell you why Miss Pat was let go. She was unprofessional. She didn't bring the same energy to the Big Tigger show that she brought on our rival platforms. Yes, the Breakfast Club and iHeart, all that is a rival platform of Big Tigger show. They don't have beef or anything, but that's my competition. That's like you working at McDonald's, but at the same time, you keep going to Burger King, that dying rival. You keep going to Burger King and filling in for this employee and that employee and helping them out with their financial problems. What's the point of you working here and wearing our brand? You're embarrassing our brand, because then when our said so constituents see you, they see you holding up a Burger King sign. Why would they want to buy McDonald's? It's only right we let you go, man. And just like most typical people like you, Miss Pat, you can't let it go. So you go on the same platform that helped you get fired from the Big Tigger, the Breakfast Club. Who would have thought? You get on there and you exposing things as if this is brand new. People like y'all always do this play. We've seen this play too much. It's redundant and it's outdated now, man. Ma'am, nobody knows you. You owes a lot to the Big Tigger show. And had you stayed with Big Tigger a little bit longer than other people, you might have been noticed. But how is that Big Tigger fault that you're not getting your name bigger than what it is? And that's the problem with you people. Just like when former employees left, everybody's like, it gotta be math if everybody keeps saying the same thing. How come it can't be the same thing for the other people who left? It gotta be them trying to get rich off one person and things don't go their way. So it's always gonna be that main person who's the star. So if you got a Big Tigger, of course this is the third co-host that left, because it's easier to, after you get fired or leave, and just say it's them. They're the ones who egotistic. They're the one, because everybody is used to hearing the star is the one that's at fault. It's never the manager was doing a terrible job. It's never the stylist had no taste in clothing. It's never the makeup artist was doing a bad job. It's never the producer was doing trash beats. It's never none of these other people at fault. It's always the star. It's them. Everybody leave because it's the star fault. I'm not one of these people to lie and put everything on the star because it'll get more views, it'll get more clicks. No, I like telling the truth because I've worked in the real world and I know what the everyday man and woman is, and they're about bullshit. You feel me? They BS every day and every night. And now when it comes to the celebrities, we're going to pretend that their co-hosts or their employees are not held to the same situations. It's never their fault. I'm not one of these people. I can read a motherfucker, bro, and I can see it in you that you're an H employee. You're a trash employee. Just the fact that I see you on the Breakfast Club, yet you're supposed to be with Big Tigger, that tells me everything about you. And you've never got approval from Big Tigger to keep going on this channel, to keep going on this radio station. That's the opposite of ours. So you didn't talk to nobody about this. You're doing your own thing, ma'am. You are a liability. They got rid of you because you're a liability. Just the very fact that you're on the Breakfast Club saying that you want to fight Big Tigger, it tells me everything about you, man. Them feelings don't come out of nowhere. You harbored these feelings from the beginning. You were passive aggressive with your feelings. And when Big Tigger did the responsible thing, which is let you go, or whoever he talked to, because according to you, you said he got you fired. So now I have to look at this deeper. Maybe the people who employ Big Tigger really couldn't stand you, man. Really didn't like your unprofessional situation and becoming a liability, man. And these people are actually the money people. So it would make sense they're the main ones who got you fired, not Big Tigger. And if Big Tigger did recommend for you to be fired, he did the very smart thing. I would look at him weird and not as a boss if he didn't recommend you to get fired. Can you imagine? You go work for my rivals. You're doing charity work for them. I'm being slick when I say charity. You're not even getting paid, but you're on their platform and giving them more energy versus when you're on our platform. Then you have the nerve to call Big Tigger platform is trash. It's not good. It's boring. Ma'am, you were boring, ma'am. We never even knew you left the show. It's supposed to be gossip with the tea. All I see is just only tea minus the gossip. As I'm drinking tea, mint tea, by the way. We don't see any of that, man. I've seen an unprofessional and dating back to probably since you were born, man. I have to look at it deeper. Are you an unprofessional mother as well? Like, I'm just being, look, I don't talk about people's family. These are the things you allow people to start paying attention to once you behave in this behavior. You got to look at your own self, man. You have wicked ways that needs to be addressed. Salute the Big Tigger. Shout out to the network. Yes, I am for that. In the real world, we don't do lookouts and keep you over here because if you can't pan out to do this job, we got to remove you and bring in a new person. It's real life. Welcome to the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless, one of the best one. Love your family. Love your kids. Stay blessed.